From the people who brought you Star Trek, Star Trek The Next Generation, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Voyager, Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, they now bring you Star Trek Call Center.
Enterprise, how may I assist you? Psst, it's Mrs. Kirk.
Ooh, the captain's having sex with a green woman.
I'm not telling her that.
Do it.
Oh, you're so bad. No, Mrs. Kirk, he's down on the planet's surface. Is it dangerous?
Dangerous for that dick.
Natalie, shh. No, it's not dangerous. Uh-huh. I'll give you a... yes, I'll have him call you as soon as he's out. I mean back.
Oh my god, you said out.
You distracted me.
While they are searching the galaxy, someone's got to pick up the phone.
Enterprise, please hold. Enterprise, please hold. Enterprise, who? Scotty. Oh, you're Scotty's mom. Please hold.
I can never understand her.
I know, she's like from the same planet as us. I have no idea what she's saying.
I speak Klingon and I can't understand that bitch. Star Trek Call Center. This fall on Paramount Streaming. Set phasers to fun.
What's going on, Empire? This is Stupid Talking Stupid on DVM Production Empire. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear. We read the stupid so you don't have to. Eh. If you couldn't tell by the terrible sound of the intro,
Right?
I'm dying.
No, you're not dying.
Dying.
No.
Got no voice.
No.
Which is great.
For everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Sick burn.
Yeah, especially great for doing a live show tomorrow.
Well, you just got to shut the fuck up.
All right.
Following the show. So anyway, now that he's gone, what's with those stupid fucking glasses? Just, no, God damn it. It's just the worst.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, then I had someone came and stole my teeth. Yep. Let me tell you, you want to know what's stupid? Getting your wisdom teeth taken out. Because they're like, oh, you need to get one out, but you should really get both out on the side because then it has nothing to, like, you know, collapse to. There you go. Toothpid. And and I'm like, okay, sure. So like $800 later. First of all, it's the bougiest damn dentist office I've ever been to. I get there and I check in and she's like, oh, well, let me give you the tour. And I'm like, I don't want a fucking tour. I just want to get in, get somebody to pull this shit out and let's go, you know, because like the one was broken and infected. And I was like, this hurts. Like, I'm ready to go. She's like, here you go. Here's the gift bag. I'm like, oh, great. Now you're giving me shit to hold. This is even better. Like, this
The red carpet gift bag.
Right? And I'm like, they're going around. This is our wall of fame. This is a collective 100 years of dental, blah, blah, blah. Here's all of our associates. Here's the room. Everything. We don't put anyone out. It's just you know, they use the laughing gas. And I was like, well, shit, I was hoping to be put out. I don't want to be there for this.
I was hoping to just not know any of this happened.
To not have anything to do with it. Just sit there and be like. So at any rate, we get in there and they're like, yeah, you should probably get rid of both of these. And I'm like, I suppose. And so they lean the chair back and she's like, do you want to watch like Hulu or Netflix? And I'm like, oh, I guess Netflix. So I put on like John Mulaney special. And they're like just sitting there and then they put the stuff on. Have you ever had laughing gas?
No.
Dude,
well, like, not that I remember. I think I had it when I had my tonsils taken out when I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh, really? No, I went out for that.
I don't remember.
Right.
But I got a Game Boy out of it.
They like put the thing on. And she's
oh,
like,
wait,
okay,
no, they did put me out for that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like just straight oxygen. And I'm like, okay. And then they're like, okay, here comes the nitrous oxide. And I'm like, woo. You know, like it's just all of a sudden you like it's almost like the edges soften, and you're just like, he's like, all right, here comes the Novocaine, and I'm just like, cool, I don't even care. Do what you gotta do, doc. Don't even worry about it. And I'm watching the TV as these two people are like above me. It's like my nightmare. Like literally rummaging around in my mouth, and they're laughing at because they've never seen John Mulaney stand up before.
Okay, I was gonna ask you, like, are you wearing headphones, or are they just listening to this shit
No,
too?
they're listening to it too. It's hilarious. You know, it was the oh god, so it's like eat ass, suck a dick, and do drugs. And that one part, and you hear the dental assistant go, "Oh my," and the doctor's kind of, and everything like that. And then the punchline, he's like, "What if they like all of a sudden they legalize drugs?" And you're like, "Oh, but I just," and they're, and I'm like, "Well, I'm glad everybody's having a good afternoon." But
Like,
the worst part was, right?
yeah.
The worst part was like the top one that I definitely needed to get out, came out so quickly. And then I was like thinking in my head, oh, you could fucking be done. Like this whole thing could be done. But you're like, no, do the bottom one too. And then that one was a bitch. They had to bring out a drill. He's like rocking back and forth.
Because
And I'm just like,
impacted.
I hate all of this.
Mm.
And then they tell you, they like scare the shit out of you. They're like, the last thing you want is a dry socket. You don't want that. You do not want. I'm like, okay, I don't want that. Just make sure that no drinking with straws, no alcohol, no carbonated beverages for 2 days. Okay, because you don't want a dry socket. I'm like, yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, I was just talking to someone last night. She had all 4 of her wisdom teeth removed, like in high school, and her mouth was just like hurting for like a week. She's
Yeah,
like, "Oh, I just thought it was part of the healing process. I'm 17 years old. I don't understand dental surgery."
right.
So she's going around with this pain, going, like, "Oh, mom, I don't think this is getting better." So they make an appointment, go back to the oral surgeon, and they're like, "You have dry socket. Why didn't you come in?" She's like, "Bitch, I don't know.
I thought it was
I've
just
never had
hurting.
4 teeth pulled out of my face before.
Right,
How am I supposed to know the pain symptoms? If
right,
I go on WebMD, I'm like, oh, my tooth hurts. Well, I guess I have cancer."
right.
So,
Yeah, and it's weird too because I was like sore today and stuff like that because you're still sore from it.
yeah.
This is only 2 days ago, but I'm just like, oh god, do I got it? What did I do? Oh my god.
Yeah, are you poking it with your tongue, like going,
A
it's
little
wet.
bit, a little bit.
It's not dry socket, it's wet socket. Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
that's why I
blah.
got that. Anyway, yeah,
Getting
no,
your,
do not. So, getting your wisdom teeth removed, do not recommend.
I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to get mine out just for funsies.
I wouldn't do it.
I heard the drugs are pretty great.
They're not
That's
bad.
always
Well,
the reason to do medical procedures. Like
I
I hear.
so I've taken like one Tylenol 3, and then
Mm.
like that was like to go to bed. Because I have the CPAP thing, and it was like right along the edge. I was worried about it pushing.
Yeah,
This fucking dog. Anyway,
the doc could use a Tylenol 3.
right. And then they gave me 800 milligram ibuprofen.
That's just a handful of ibuprofen in one pill.
Works.
Oh, I think last time I got. Oh, when I chopped the tip of my finger off. They're like, oh yeah, we got 600 milligram ibuprofen. I'm like, isn't this just a bunch of ibuprofen? And they're like, yeah.
Bring it
And
up.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna fill this prescription. I'll just take one extra ibuprofen from home.
Right.
This is stupid.
Rack it up there, Doc. Come on. Look at me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's like I got a Tylenol 3. Give me the Tylenol 7. I'm in pain.
But yeah, I got to go back in I got to go back in 2 weeks for the
Two
stitches. I got stitches.
tooth weeks. Oh, to get the stitches out.
Yeah. I'm like,
Because
there's dissolving ones. Like, why are we just doing
right,
that?
of all places, why wouldn't you use the dissolving ones in the
Right.
fucking
Well,
mouth?
it just goes to show that I made a comment, and the dental assistant did not seem very happy with it. I'm like, for all the advances in medical technology, I'm like, you got all the imaging and that's great and everything. I go, but really, this is really just pull and yank, isn't it? And she's like, no. we try not to. I'm like, I don't know,
Well, there's also prying
right?
and
There's
then
the rocking.
slicing.
There's a couple, you know.
Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of a oops.
I
Then
was
you got to
thinking
cover
about
for that.
that scene in the movie Castaway where he takes his own tooth out. And
Oh, with the skate.
I'm like, no way I could do it.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No, that's
No,
just
no.
yeah. I'm worried. Like if I go and they're the big, oh yeah, we could take all of them out. They're all four impacted, so they all got to get sliced out.
Ugh.
You're just gonna have a
Well,
slice
at
of
least
slice
you're
room.
out. At least you're out.
Yeah, I
The
know.
minute they got a slice, you go under.
Well, that's true. So you didn't go under, even though they
Mm-mm.
sliced your one.
They didn't slice it. It's just they pull it out from the bottom and then they gotta sew it up.
Isn't that so? It's the impacted ones where you got to have the surgery, right? Where it's like all sideways. They have to go and like
This
essentially.
motherfucker.
Is it Preston?
Yeah. Oh, hey man, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
Uh,
How's your tooth feeling?
Oh, the tooth's good.
Oh yeah. Are you around?
I mean, what's today?
Oh my god, damn it! Ah, did it again. Call me later, okay?
Oh, sure.
I can't believe I keep doing this.
Tell him I hate him.
Sorry. Call
Bear
me
says
later,
he hates
bye.
you.
I love you, Bear. Your baby's really cute.
It's like he sets
Bye.
an alarm. It just says annoy Patrick and Bear.
Because it's like he set an alarm.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Oh my god. Anyway.
How is it that he is so good at fucking up? Just
I don't
every
know,
week.
man.
Every week. Like him and the dog are in cahoots. He's actually in your living room,
Right?
poking the dog, going, hey,
And I
bud.
haven't talked to him all week. He
He just
literally waited
knows.
till 4:10.
He just knows that, like, you know what? I feel like
I
Patrick
now's the
needs me
time.
right now.
Now's the time to call him.
Not an hour ago, not an hour from now, but right
No,
this fucking
right
minute.
this minute.
Ugh. God damn it. Let me go back to this. Yeah, I know. The idea of being awake while they fucking rip out your teeth.
It was not. I mean, luckily, like you said, the nitrous really helps because you're just like, you know, you're there, but you're just like, woo.
I would have gone through. See, now that I know that some places do that, if they're like, "Oh, you want to watch Netflix?" I will find the most obscene, grotesque thing, and be like, "Oh yeah, I really want to watch this one thing."
Right.
It's
This
just
is my day.
it's a documentary of puppies being set on fire in front of
Oh
the
my god.
children. It's like,
Oh yeah, it's called Puppy and Fuego.
mm-hmm. Which is weird because it's a German film,
Mm.
snuff film. Anyway, what you know about Murder Sheep, Patrick?
I hear it's bad.
You son of a bitch.
I
I mean, you've heard of murder.
have
You've heard of sheep.
only slightly.
Have you heard of a sheep committing murder?
No, but I mean, it's about time.
Yeah, well, there was
Take my
one
fucking wool, will you? Come here.
a ram in South Sudan killed a woman after repeatedly hitting her in the ribs. 45-year-old woman. Um, following the attack, the ram was apprehended and placed under police custody, where it was then decided that it'll spend 3 years in a military camp as punishment for killing the woman. This sheep got 3 years for murder. I didn't know the sheep were beholden to man law.
I don't know either. Well, now they all know. That's right. Think twice.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's got to be what other crimes could you hold animals if we're committing to sending a ram to jail for 3 years for murder? What could you send your if you could sue your dog?
Oh my god. Disturbing the peace.
Okay.
Um, indecent exposure.
Oh no.
Because sometimes, you know, you're walking down the hall and she's just laying like flat out, like,
Yeah, get
like I
yourself
don't care,
together.
right? Come
It's a
on,
weekday.
right?
You yes.
Tax evasion, never paid taxes,
I fucking knew it. Every time I see that dog, I go, "You look like you don't pay your taxes."
right? Oh, Matthew, no.
Yeah, I just ignored that
Okay,
because it was it. Matthew, that one's for you.
yeah,
I'm not gonna subject everyone else to what you said,
no,
but just know that that's for you.
right.
And
That is one big pile of shit.
that's what you get too. I mean, hi. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
So they say that the owner is innocent, but the ram is the one who perpetrated the crime, so it deserves to be
Yeah.
arrested.
I'm responsible for that ram.
And despite the owner being innocent, a local court ruled that the ram's owner will be forced to hand over 5 cows to the victim's family as compensation.
And the cows are like, "What do we do?
What
What do we got to move?
move?
Move."
Yeah, I said it before you could, you son of a bitch.
Ah.
I knew you wanted to say it.
And they're like, "That's fine. We wanted to get away from that fucking ram anyway. He's a dick."
Well, here's where that gets tricky, Patrick, because in 3 years, when that ram gets out, it goes to that family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as compensation, they
Wait a
get.
minute. You don't want the ram that killed your family member?
No, you don't, but that's the law.
You making
The
like
family
ram
takes
burgers?
ownership
Like,
of the ram once it's served its sentence.
welcome to hell.
The cow spent 3 years going, "Oh my god, we're finally free
Right.
of Jason's just
And now you
reign of
will
terror."
be held accountable. There are ramifications and repercussions.
I'm using that button a lot today, apparently.
Ah,
I should have known better than to start with an animal story.
you can't do it.
You haven't lost your steam yet, so you're
No.
still.
You know why? Because my humor is running rampant.
I hate you so much. Just everything about you as a person.
That is one big pile of shit.
You know,
You're the worst.
you know what the Rams' favorite band is?
I'm just gonna mute Patrick real quick because I just. Oh, god damn it! What is it?
It's Ramstein.
I fucking knew it. I
That is one
fucking
big pile of
knew
shit.
it, man. God damn it.
Du hast. Bleh.
Oh, I fucking hate you so much. Oh yeah, so both families signed a contract to formalize the agreement with the police, and community leaders acted as a witness. So not only do you get 5 cows, but then you get your mother's murderer. It's like, hey, what do you want to do with this ram? Kill it. Kill it back. Here's the thing. If the cow then murders that ram
Yep.
as revenge,
Justice of the barnyard.
will that cow be held accountable?
Accountable?
Yes. I understand with the stuffiness and everything, it's hard to
Yeah.
understand, but I'm going to go ahead and everyone really loved that joke. Everyone loved the
All
accountable.
the wheels of justice are forever moving.
We're just going to ignore you.
Yep.
And I think I just want to, join a Satan club.
Yay.
The however,
Hail
there's
Satan.
a club at the University of Adelaide has deemed that the Adelaide University Occult Club is not recognized anymore. They registered. They formed in late 2020 and provisionally registered with the Adelaide University Union in early
Okay.
2021. But then earlier this month, their application for full registration was not approved. All because of one complaint, Patrick.
What?
One complaint.
Was it Jesus?
The complaint claimed that the club wanted to summon Satan to the University of Adelaide and that occultists were always involved in criminal activity.
Oh.
Now, I don't know what goes on at other universities. But when I hear there's a club that's going to try to summon Satan, I'm thinking, well, that's a kegger. I have to at least go make an
Right.
appearance at.
All right, everybody gather around. Call this to order. The University of Adelaide Call Club. Welcome, everybody. Before we go on, I need a unanimous consent to bring forth the minutes from last meeting. Do we have everybody say aye?
Aye.
Okay, everybody opposed? All right, the ayes have it. We're going to go do a quick reading of the minutes. Gerald, can you please read the minutes from the last meeting, please?
Yeah, sure. At 9:01, we did the greeting and the
Mhm.
welcoming. At 9:05, we discussed new business.
Okay.
On the docket was a bake sale to
Mhm.
raise funds to get an Uber bus to and from campus.
Okay.
The next item on the agenda was putting forth a vote to summon Satan
Mhm.
at the next barbecue.
Okay.
And then after that, we decided if we were going to let in new members in the spring.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that. All right, we're going to go on to our new business for today. Before we do that, is there any old business? No. Okay, we're going to go on to new business. So Satan never came to the barbecue. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get him to the car wash, because I think the car wash is very important. Because it's also going to help us buy hoodies, because we know it's starting to get cold around the University of Adelaide, and there's not a snowball's chance in hell I'm going to freeze, this winter. So aside from that, we're going to try to summon the Prince of Darkness to the car wash. So tell all your friends to bring their cars, and if they have any cow heads or ram heads, to just go ahead and wear them.
A point of objection.
Okay, yes.
I can't make the
Gerald?
car wash. I was
Why
hoping we could
not?
maybe summon Satan at the Memorial Day barbecue.
I mean,
I know he didn't come to the
last.
last barbecue, but
Why would he come to this barbecue, Gerald?
because
Satan's
it's Memorial
busy.
Day.
Okay. You think he's gonna remember this time?
Maybe.
Okay. I'm just saying, that Satan is more likely to come to a car wash.
I just think because with water, he might be afraid. The barbecue, there's fire in a pit. It'd kind of be welcoming to him.
That's true, but we already had the one, and he decided not to come. He
Okay, but
didn't
that's because you
RSVP.
did the vegan burgers.
Well, some of us are vegan, Gerald.
Okay, well maybe
Some of
Satan
us are
isn't, and that's
vegan.
why he didn't want to come near your barbecue with the black bean burgers on it.
Okay, well, then what do you suggest? We all go and kill a cow, and then have Satan come, and Satan will be like, "Ooh, there's dead cow."
Yeah, and then we have the cow's head that we can offer up to Satan as a gift. Thank you for coming to our party.
All right. Well,
Make sure
this
you
is
get
a
a gift bag.
democracy. This is a democracy. So all in favor of Gerald's idea, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The nays have it. There's only two of us.
No, objection for your nay, you son of a bitch.
Listen, Gerald, we can't go through this every time. If we want to, I keep telling you, if we want to have a tiebreaker, we need to get a third person here. Otherwise, it's just you and me going back and forth.
Yeah, but the last time we had a third person come here, they were upset that we don't wear clothes to these.
I'm sorry. I thought this was an occult meeting.
I
I
agree.
thought this was an occult meeting.
I agree.
Okay, well then you need to find some people that are okay with Satan, the occult, nudity, and car washes. And I'd like them to be good with black bean burgers too.
That sounds like a sweet club.
I swear to God, it's like the longest that clubs that those bits have ever gone. But that bit could have kept going.
I know. I'm just ooh. The club is planning to appeal the decision. Registration opens up funding for clubs, as well as access to space and equipment at the university. So now they're unaffiliated and they're unable to meet on university grounds. They have to go hang out in the parking lot of the shopping center.
Right. Go back to the back of the forest by the park where your type belongs.
Go to Gerald's house.
In Lombard, Lilac Park, there used to be a Vampire the Masquerade group. They were like role-playing game. And they used to meet there, and then they shut that down because they because of the same thing. They were like, yeah, it's like
how heartbroken when your club was shut down.
I was so upset. Whatever now, like you get some like hot girls and like corsets and like eyeliner.
Yeah, they're like,
vampire chicks.
you know what turns me on? Stabbing you.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm not really into that. If we could maybe,
Yeah.
you want to get a potato, you can
They're
stab.
like, we will be reconvening at Denny's in the smoking section. Smoking section's not there anymore. I know, but we still go there.
Got the one on 79th Street. They'll
Leviathan,
let us get away with it
Beelzebub.
if it's after 2 a.m.
Now let's go to the other one. It's better.
But they never have the milkshakes there.
We go to the one on 63rd. Did you guys have two? Did you have two Denny's?
Yeah, well, so
Like-
there were at least two.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were two Denny's that we'd go to. There was the one that was by our friend's house. That if it's like we're leaving a fucking house party at 5 a.m., it's like let's just go to Denny's.
Right.
Which is the main one. Well, not the main one. The one where we I think we drank it till like 6:30 one day, and like it was a weekday.
Oh, God.
'Cause, we all worked retail, so who gives a shit?
Right.
And then we're at Denny's at like 7:30 in the morning, and then we're leaving. There's a school bus full of children, like right beside us, as we're just like still pretty wrecked, and we just look up at them, and they're like, "Yay!" And we're like,
We had Rowling Road and Lake Street, and then we had North Avenue. And Lake Street was the good one, and North Avenue was the not good one.
See, our good one. We went to. It was I forget the street that was on, but it was like right off the highway, and we would go there 3 nights a week at least. And we had this one server that we would go to all the time. His name was Roman. And we would go and we would be relatively insufferable people. But Roman knew
Right.
that about us and he appreciated
He's
it.
like, I'm fine.
And we tipped him egregiously because, like, we know we are insufferable people.
Right.
But we're going to tip you 50%. And it's not like you have anything else going on right now.
Right.
So oftentimes he would just kind of hang out with us. Like one day we asked him if we could have. He's like, "Hey, is there anything else you guys want?" We're like, we'd like a make your own sundae setup, please. So he brought us a bowl of ice cream and then various bowls of other things, like toppings. And at one point, he even had, like, they didn't have caramel. So he took a spoon with sugar and was like, held a lighter up to it to try to turn it
like
into caramel.
heroin.
Yes.
Dude, yeah, my friend Larry always used to ask the waitress, how is the toast this evening?
Oh, God.
She was just, they put up with a lot.
That sounds terrible. At least our shenanigans were fun.
No.
Your
Mike
sound,
would order a Coke with 4 pieces of ice.
Mm.
Like, you assholes.
Let's see. I wonder if I have. I wonder because I took a ton of pictures while we were there, but it might be pre-Facebook.
Yeah.
Like these pictures are only available on my MySpace page, which I cannot find. And the last time I found my MySpace page, most of the pictures were gone from it already. It was like they just when they transferred things and went over, it was like
It
just
they
deleted.
didn't make it.
They're like, he doesn't need these memories.
Right.
Fuck him.
Fuck that dude.
Which, is fair, I guess. It's not fair.
What?
Being called Banksy when
No.
you're not Banksy.
No, it's not fair.
William Gannon is a former town councilor in Pembroke Dock. He was elected to the town's Bufferlin ward. In this month, he was elected.
Okay.
But then he quit 2 days ago, saying that the bizarre allegation was undermining his ability to work as a counselor. He's a 58-year-old man who has just been accused. Like, some people just decided to say, you're Banksy, right? And he's like, I'm not Banksy. Nah, you're Banksy. Prove you're not Banksy. And the only reason that they are saying he is Banksy is because 20 years ago he was also into street art.
Right.
Like he'd be spray painting stuff.
It's kind of like when they were like blaming that one guy for being Jack the Ripper. I'm not him.
So he says, the problem I've got is I'm not being asked to prove who I am. I'm actually being asked to prove who I'm not. How does anybody prove who they're not somebody else? How do I prove I'm not Banksy? Every time I say to someone, I'm not Banksy, they say, well, that is exactly what Banksy would say. The more I deny it, the more people believe it. So naturally, he took the next step to get I am not Banksy buttons made that he now wears. And now his rationale, this is fantastic. He explains his thinking behind the buttons, saying, if everyone who is not Banksy wears an I am not Banksy badge, and Banksy is the only person who is not wearing an I am not Banksy badge because he is Banksy, then everyone will know that Banksy is Banksy because they're not wearing the badge. And more importantly, Banksy will have found out who they are for him. He's basically saying if everyone wears one except Banksy, then we'll know who Banksy is. That's his problem solving. As I've made buttons, everyone in the world except for one person buy these, and that's how we'll figure it out. You know, Banksy can't possibly just buy one of these and wear it.
No,
it's a perfect disguise. Who would see it coming?
Not me.
So when he said that I want this allegation to undermine the reputation of Pembroke Dock Town Council, it's taken the local democracy has taken a hit in recent weeks after a former county councilor for the area admitted to drug possession. So former councilor Paul Dowson pled guilty to drug possession after being found in possession of amphetamine. So you go from a drug user to a guy who's totally not Banksy. What the fuck is going on in this town?
I don't even know.
Because it sounds like it's getting pretty crazy.
Well, just a bunch of people going, you're Banksy. No, you are. No, you are.
You're Banksy, motherfucker.
I'm Spartacus.
Bunch of people getting high and yelling at each other that they're Banksy. The tourism video writes itself. But the what you really want to know is what's going on in Louisiana. Now these, I'm going to show you two gentlemen, and I want you to guess what it is that these two gentlemen have done. What were they recently arrested for?
I don't know. They both are going like, which is weird.
At 3:30 a.m., the Iberia Parish Sheriff's Office responded for a report of an illegal transport of a house.
Okay.
When officers arrived on the scene, they found an abandoned truck, trailer, and a house blocking the road. Saying this has been an ongoing situation, and the owner of the house was instructed and warned by the officials that proper permits needed to be acquired from the local government. These instructions were ignored, and during the move down Cotu Holmes Road, many mailboxes, road signs, trees, and power lines were hit, causing all the neighborhood to be without power because they were just illegally transporting a house down the middle of the fucking road. Now, listen, it's the middle of the night. Let's just say we drive the house down the street. Just see what happens.
Okay, that sounds fine. Because have you ever seen like one of those like houses moved?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got to do like, they got to do the whole thing. They got to do like, they usually have 2 follow cars to keep the distance. And they're just like, no, let's just jack this bitch up and let's go.
If I carry too big of a sheet cake, it starts coming apart.
Right.
But these motherfuckers can move a house on a truck.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Well, apparently it's not fine. They were arrested for it.
Well, no, I'm saying the house itself is physically fine.
Huh?
It fucks everything else. Because, like, let's see. What's the... Is it... Can you get a DUI while moving a home? Is it a home UI? if someone's driving the house and you are inside the house, is that considered drinking in a moving vehicle?
I mean, but you're at home.
What about
Where's your warrant?
what
Where's your
about
warrant? You can't just come in.
this is my property,
This is my property. You can't just come in. I have a
sir?
right to be in
You
my
were,
house.
sir, you were on the road. You are on the city's property.
This is my house.
Okay, but that house
See
is
this
on.
Barca lounger? This is my Barca lounger.
It's a very nice bar.
It's never barked once.
So I'm going to need you to step outside of the
I
house.
won't. I mean, you don't have the profitable cause.
So you're in the middle of Main Street.
I don't care. This is my house. You need.
Oh no. Where did Patrick go? Is Patrick gone for good?
He froze.
Oh, there. Oh,
Yeah.
there he
I
is.
don't know. It was a freezing.
Mm-hmm. Darn.
This is America.
This is America. You know, it's not America. Japan.
I've heard that.
Yeah. There's a man named Sho Taguchi, a 24-year-old jobless resident in the town of Abu in western Japan. He was arrested recently because he got, let's just say, an improper deposit in his bank account.
Sure.
So what happened was it was COVID-19 assistance for low-income households in the small town. There's a whole list of people, 463 low-income households. They were all supposed to receive 100,000 yen, which is like $780. But a town official mistakenly submitted to a financial institution a single transfer request of the total amount to the first person on the list. And unfortunately, this guy's a 24-year-old bum who got 46.3 million yen deposited in his account and then just immediately decided to start gambling with it. I know it's like Empire Records. Like, I got this money,
Right.
but what if I take it and I could
Try to
double it?
it.
They somehow he got arrested based on a alleged transfer of 4 million yen of the town money into account believed to be an online gambling site. Police declined to say how much of the money he actually gambled away, although he said it was pretty much most of it.
I'm out.
So he got 46.3 million yen. Only 68,000 yen is left in his bank account after he withdrew the money 34 times in just over 10 days. He's being held on suspicion of computer fraud, and he allegedly refused the town request to return the money. I've seen stories of like a bank transfer that is erroneously deposited in your account,
Right.
and from there they always say like don't spend it because they'll just take it right back out and fuck
Right.
you over.
Right.
So if you just have a 20 grand randomly deposited in your account, don't run to the bank and withdraw it.
Yeah.
Because once they realize the error, they're gonna pull it back out.
It's roughly the equivalent of $338,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money just to be like, woohoo!
If you had like $350,000
Okay.
deposited in your account,
Yeah.
and you could not figure out where it came from, and you wanted to be reckless with it, what would you do with it?
I think I'd go to like Bali.
Okay.
Because I'd just be like, I want to go to like, it's like, yeah, they're probably going to find out. But at least I'm in this like white sand beach and it's like first class fucking shit, you know? But I mean, you always got to imagine that they're going to find that money, right?
Right.
Right. I mean,
Now, if it was like $10 million,
oh, man.
would you just take it all and be like, bye, and just leave the country?
I mean, I'd think about it. I mean, you go to Switzerland, go to a non-extradition
Mhm.
place, but the biggest thing is getting that 10 million out without raising alarms.
Yeah, because that's not something you can pull out of the ATM.
No.
You have to go in the bank and pull all that out,
Right.
and they flag any kind of withdrawals that are
Oh,
that fucking
absolutely.
huge. It's
Absolutely.
like, yeah, I'd like you can't just walk into the bank and be like, I want $10 million. You have to like call them and set up an appointment to get that kind of money because they
Right.
don't keep. I don't
No.
know how much like your local bank probably keeps on hand, but like a massive bank downtown probably keeps more than just like a neighborhood bank.
Right.
But even then, you show up and you're like, I'm here for my $10 million, and they're like, what?
Because you'll have penalties taking it out.
Yeah, that's. Although if he gambled it and then doubled the money, and he gave all the money back that he was given, would he be allowed to keep what he won,
I think so.
even though it's ill-gotten gains?
Well, that depends if the place sues him. Like, if the money's not there when they come looking for it, like, if now he's just got double that, what's it matter?
It's ill-gotten gains, Patrick. God.
I think it's all ill-gotten gains.
Speaking
Like,
of ill-gotten gains,
watch Trevor Noah's behind the or between the scenes where he does like the commercials. Like when they do the commercials, he's talking about Elon Musk and how he bought Twitter, and he's like, he put up his
he's in the process of it.
well, he's not
going to do it.
He put up his Twitter stock, as like collateral, and it's like, okay, but we're not able to tax you on that because you don't technically own it. I mean, you own it, but it's not like there. And it's like, but you're able to use it as collateral. Like, you could be like, oh, I've got money in my bank account, or we're gonna tax you on it, but I don't have it. Like, I don't physically have, but that seems to only work for billionaires.
Speaking of ill-gotten gains, we got a quick update. Remember the story that we did a couple weeks ago about Nancy Brophy, the romance novelist who wrote How to Murder Your Husband?
Yeah.
Well, she has now been convicted of murdering her husband. She pulled the reverse OJ. She wrote the game plan and then got in trouble for it. OJ, he at least waited till he got off before he wrote a book about like, oh, if I did it. If I did it. I didn't do it, but like, but like, what if I didn't? She just wrote, this is how you murder your husband. And then she left a goddamn trail of evidence. Like the gun that was used to kill him, she owned one of them. He had a life insurance policy that she's like, oh no, I guess we have money now. I have no idea what happened. Yeah.
I wonder.
Guilty of second-degree murder. It took 2 days of deliberating. I've been like, yeah, just present me with like, we don't even have to adjourn. We could just,
we're
all
good.
agree. He's guilty. She's guilty. She wrote a book on how to be guilty, and that now she's guilty. Like, what are we talking about here?
Now we're good.
Now we're good. It's just,
Everybody, yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll take another free lunch, but
yeah, I was gonna say hold that lunch order, but I mean, if you guys already got it, I mean, we could talk about it, but it's gonna be guilty.
In other ill-gotten gains news, Seth Green is developing a show, a TV show that has think of like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where it's populated with like NFTs, so like animated characters. The star of this show was an NFT that he owned called Fred Simeon. It was a bored ape. If you know anything about NFTs, you know about the bored apes.
I remember hearing about it.
So he the The show's cartoon protagonist, Fred Simeon, was an NFT that Seth Green owned. He said he bought that ape in July 2021 and has spent the last several months developing and exploiting the IP to make it the star of the show. Then, days before he's set to make his world debut, he's literally kidnapped. Because on May 8th, an anonymous scammer swiped 4 of Seth Green's NFTs in a phishing scheme. He lost the bored ape, 2 mutant apes, and a doodle, which were transferred out of his wallet after he unknowingly interacted with a phishing site. Which I don't understand how people are still doing that shit. Like, how do you fall for those phishing sites?
I don't even know.
Stop going on websites that you don't know.
Right?
And definitely stop giving your information to things. Like, what the fuck are you doing? One of the mutant apes was flipped for $42,000. The bored ape that was also sold by the scammer, who purchased it for more than $200,000. So this one dude stole it and sold it to someone else, and now that user is only known as Darkwing84, is technically the legal owner of this. So now Seth Green has this entire goddamn TV show that he can't release because this one person owns the NFT that got stolen from him.
That's crazy.
The commercial usage rights, it goes to the person, whoever owns the NFT. Since the NFT, you don't actually own the thing, you just own the rights to something. They can't really do anything about it.
Right.
Like, I don't know. So Seth Green's been trying to contact the guy on Twitter going, hey, come on.
Right.
Can I have my stuff back? We can work this out.
You can't insure them either.
No. Because again, you don't actually have the thing. You just have the rights to the thing.
Make the dude a producer.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I guess like that. I mean, because if he paid more than $200,000 for it, and now there's a show being made with the character,
right?
It's like he's got to have to get his money back somehow. Because he's like, I didn't know I was buying something stolen. Yeah, but now there's the blockchain and it follows it, so you can prove it's been stolen.
Right.
But it's a whole new world that the NFTs
of stupid.
We're doing it. And speaking of things getting taken from the rightful owner, this gentleman here, this innocent-looking gentleman, sitting here on a Harley Davidson that he won fair and square because of a gym contest where it was a 12-week contest, and you had to lose like percentage of body fat. His name is Duncan Southwood. Yeah, from his local gym. Yeah, that's like a boner joke. Check out my Southwood.
Right.
Check out my Duncan. What? I'm dunking my Southwood, if you know what I mean.
What?
Gross. EMF Jim was holding the competition. He won it. He was, taking pictures with the bike. He's like, look at it. You guys are saying that I won this, so I won it. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. Here's a problem. 3 days later, the owner of the gym told Duncan, I got it wrong. Ugh. There was someone else that actually won. It was a marginal difference, but they won. You actually lost. I'm sorry. I'm gonna need that motorcycle back. So Duncan believes, he's like,
what's the title say?
What do you mean?
What's the title say to the bike?
Oh, they hadn't been fully transferred yet.
Ah.
Wow. Because like they may have told him he won and everything, but it hasn't been fully given and everything.
Right.
So they had the bike there. He took some pictures with it. Like, you saw the picture. He looked so happy. He's like, look, I did it. I won. I'm amazing. He believes that they shouldn't have just taken the prize away from them, saying, you can't just put me on a pedestal and then kick it away. I believe I have a right to that bike. The competition is over. And he said, well, I haven't got 2 bikes. And I said, well, that's not my issue. It's like, what you are second place.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, you're kind of first
You're
loser.
right. So quit being a bitch. Get back the bike.
Quit being a bitch and get on an actual bicycle. The terms and conditions of the competition are going to govern who might be found at law. What? Oh, in court to be at fault.
Right.
The gym found that it wasn't Duncan. He claims he was initially offered 2 years of free membership as a consolation prize. We're going to give you a motorcycle. Psych. How about 2 years of coming to this gym that you now hate for
No.
free?
Yeah. And then there's when your mom gets murdered by a ram, you get to bring that home too.
Yeah.
You know?
Then he said once he refused the gym membership, the 2 years of free gym membership, he was offered $5,000. And he said no, because the Harley is worth closer to 18,000.
Yeah.
I was like, "What? No, that's bullshit as well. I want my good prize." And to make it even better, Patrick, the day after he won the bike, he sold the current motorcycle he had.
Oh,
He's
even
like,
worse.
I'm getting a new one. I
Right?
won the new one. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and sell this one. Who gives a shit?
That's the worst.
And then, he's seeing the guy ride off with his new bike. He's like, bye. And then his phone rings. I'm on top of the world. Hello?
Right.
What?
What?
You hear the guy on the bike going, no take backs. Oh, man. I can't believe. If you were told that you won a prize like this,
Okay.
and then shortly thereafter we're told, psych, it was actually someone else, how far would you take it?
I don't know.
Because he's planning to sue them.
Right. Well, I guess if there's like, so if they like did the thing and then they're like the title's in your name now and everything
Well,
like
yeah.
that, I'd be like, yeah, no, that's my bike. Sorry. You guys are gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't, honestly, I'd probably give it back. But I'd be like, I'd be pretty loud about it.
Mm-hmm. If they offered you $5,000 in compensation, would you be like, all right?
I suppose it's a pretty good down payment on another bike, but
yeah. But now you have no bikes. You went from having 2 bikes to no bikes.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be like, I think I'd be a little bit more like on the understanding aspect, but I get where he's coming from. Like, don't get me
Because
wrong.
now I know, like, when people would win prizes on, say, like, The Price is Right, they would have to pay taxes on the things that they win.
Right.
So do you think this guy was selling his other bike to pay for the taxes on the new bike?
Probably.
So he just got all this money and no bike.
Yeah, that plus, whatever he sold his bike for plus $5,000, he could probably get a bike.
Yeah, but not this brand new Harley that he won totes fair and square.
I don't
know why you're trying to keep the bike from him, Patrick.
I don't know. He didn't win it fair and square. He didn't win it at all.
I feel like that's up for debate.
No. It's like the guy that when they made the joke in the Pepsi commercial about the Harrier jet. Remember they used to do Pepsi points back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
And it's like Harrier jet, so many amount of points.
Right.
And this guy went out and got it. And then he's like, cool, where's my jet? And they're like, we never thought anyone would get that many points.
Yeah. That's always a great way to fuck yourself over. It's like the my favorite one of those where someone got fucked over was a Hooters sales contest where they're like, ooh, and the winner gets a Toyota. And then this one waitress like crushed it, was so excited she finally won. She was like, oh, I won a car, blah. And then they give her a little Yoda toy. Get it? It's a toy Yoda. She sued them, and they had to give her a car because that is false information. You know what else is false?
I forget what it was. I'm trying to find out what actually happened.
With the Harrier jet?
Yeah.
Man.
In the end, his lawsuit fizzled out. A court granted a summary judgment in favor of Pepsi and ruled that no objective person could reasonably have concluded the commercial actually offered consumers a Harrier jet. I think that's bullshit.
That is bullshit. It's like how Red Bull, when they're advertising now, they don't show people flying after drinking Red Bull. Because like, oh yeah, Red Bull gives you wings, and then people are like, it's not letting me fly. I got hurt when I jumped out of the building.
Right.
They're like, Red Bull, it helps you do stuff.
It gives you wings. Red Bull does not give you wings.
It doesn't give you wings, you fucking idiot. It gives you copies
Right.
it gives you a DVD copy of one episode of the show Wings.
And it gives and heart palpitations.
Goddamn Walmart and their celebrations. Did you hear about this one?
No, what now?
So Walmart decided they would celebrate an upcoming holiday. Patrick, what? I know you know what holiday is coming up.
Is it
on Monday? But what's
on
coming up?
Memorial Day?
What's coming up in like 3 weeks?
Are they doing Juneteenth?
Yes, Patrick, they're doing
a
Juneteenth
Walmart.
celebration.
No.
Walmart has apologized for their culturally insensitive Juneteenth ice cream.
Oh, but look, they're high-fiving.
They're high-fiving. And it's totally fine.
Yep.
Yeah, as it turns out, people are not big fans on it. Sparking criticism from the company that for trying to cash in on a holiday commemorating the end of slavery in the U.S. In a statement, Walmart said it's reviewing its product assortment and will remove items as appropriate, saying Juneteenth holiday marks a celebration of freedom and independence. However, we received feedback that a few items caused concern for some of our customers, and we sincerely apologize. Being a little bit tone deaf, because it's the ice cream flavor is sold by a company founded by a white family run by a white CEO, and they're like, yeah, the black people celebration, right, guys?
Right.
And then they even put the TM trademark next to the word Juneteenth on the label.
Well, that's always awesome.
It's like, did you just trademark
right.
the ending of the racism that what the motherfuckers? Although it did inspire something, Patrick.
What? Oh no.
We of course have the Juneteenth holiday gift guide.
Oh no.
2022.
Oh
yeah. No. Yeah. It's just Patrick and the Juneteenth holiday gift guide.
No.
Patrick's favorite time of the year is here.
No. What are you doing?
What?
Okay.
First up on the gift guide, we have. Oh no, we have.
No.
Don't do this.
Okay, good.
Don't.
Oh, I was
this is not a thing. Wow. What the fuck, Walmart? What do you think? Hey, Walmart. No.
I just like the fact that, like, knowing what I know about like product development, the amount of meetings that people were at, and then they go, yeah, this looks good.
Yeah.
Really? Does it look good?
Every one of them was like, I bet.
Idiots.
Well, you know what? I bet our customers will really appreciate this. It shows we care.
Yeah.
All of our employees have to be on food stamps to survive, but you know what?
But we'll get the ice cream. And let's trademark it just to be sure.
It's enough to make you want to blow up the world.
Let's do it.
I agree. Goodbye.
No doubt.
Oh. You heard about this water scarcity, Patrick? People will be thirsty. They ain't got water. Yeah. So it's a major problem for a lot of the world's population.
Yeah, we have water parks.
The University of Texas at Austin have now demonstrated a low-cost gel film that could pull many liters of water per day out of even very dry air.
Oh,
So it's a very simple combination of two ingredients that it's cellulose, which comes from cell walls of plants, and konjac gum, which is widely used it's a widely used food additive. The two of the components work together to make a gel film that can absorb water from the air and then released on demand with mild heat application. Um, so if you can combine this with like a solar energy heater, you got a
good
self-sustaining
amount of water.
rig that can just fucking get water out everywhere. So the pore structure of the gum attracts water to condense out of the air around it. And then the cellulose, meanwhile, is designed to respond to a gentle heat by turning hydrophobic, which releases the water out of it then. So this little fucking gel could just absorb all the water that's in the air around it. You
Cool.
heat it up a tiny little bit, and then just goes, here's your water. Blah, 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 blah. Making the gel is also fairly simple, the team says. That the basic ingredients are mixed together, then you pour it into a mold where it sets in 2 minutes, and then it gets freeze dried, peeled out of the mold. It's ready to get to work. It can be made into like any basic shape and be scaled up fairly easily and at low cost. And in tests, the gel film was able to get out quite a bit of water from the air at a relative humidity of 30%. Mind you, we have days where it's like 80% humidity.
Right.
Humidity of 30%, it could produce 3.4 gallons of water per day per kilogram of the gel.
Wow.
And even when the humidity dropped to just 15%, it's still producing more than 1.6 gallons a day per kilogram. So you can get this gel into areas that just can't get drinking water
Right.
or can't get clean drinking water.
Especially with humidity and hot air.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this will, like, imagine bringing this to like the rainforest. It's
Right.
like, you want some clean drinking water.
Right.
Here you fucking go.
Right.
The team said
electrolytes in this bitch.
Exactly. The gel film's efficiency can be improved even further by creating thicker films, absorbent beds, or other array formations of the material. And the material is extremely inexpensive to produce, costing as little as $2 per kilogram. So it's fucking $2, 2 ingredients, get you like 5 gallons of water or 3.5 gallons of water a day.
Yep.
The fuck?
Crank it out.
We
Let's
out
go.
here.
People are thirsty.
Bitches be thirsty.
Right.
If there's one thing I've been saying, is that bitches
thirsty.
be thirsty.
All right, that's gonna do it for this week. Tell us where they can find us online.
You can find us individually on, let's just say Instagram, at Hunger is a Bear. That's me.
At P Newson 42. That's me.
Yeah, we'll eventually get that done. We can find the video version of the podcast on Facebook and YouTube by searching for Stupid Talking Stupid. The audio version of the podcast on all major podcasting platforms. Everything for the podcast is on stupidtalkingstupid.com.
And all the other things you can find at dvmpe.com.
.gov.
No, just .com.
.gov.
.com. That's gonna do it for this week. Org. No, that's gonna do it for this week for Stupid Talking Stupid. I'm Patrick,
and I'm Bear,
and we'll see you later. Sure, I'm not.
Psycho Banksy.
Ah.